Tes. PSG Atletico ya. Don't start crying, it'll be alright. Buka dazen. Udah live ya? Kok nggak belum live sih? Harusnya udah cok. Klub World Cup sobat sih. CWC ada ya. CWC udah mulai nih guys. ATM versus PSG. Siang banget ya. Ini mainnya di Amerika kan ya? Halo, ada yang join cuy. Ada yang join. Halo. Dembele. Masih 0-0 coy. Atletico, bentar ya. Grup A, grup B. Oh, grup B, ini pertandingan grup B cuy. Why Barcelona doesn't play? Ini gue nonton di Dazen ya guys ya. Di Dazen tuh gratis. Karena si Barcelona kan 4 tahun terakhir nggak ada juara. Baru kemarin, baru kemarin doang cuy. Juara champion kagak. Liga juga enggak kan. Buset. Keparat. Anjing nyaris. Nggak juara UCL coy, Barcelona. Cakep banget PSG sumpah mainnya.
Atletico. Here will come Paris Saint-Germain. Lost just 2 games in winning Liga last season. Was 19 points clear of the chasing pack. They faced ever points tally in a Liga.
Udah mulai cuk, nonton di mana dah?
Clubs in the top division.
Weh Pong,
High scorers.
ini lu kan Pong ya?
Can make a case for them being the best ever team in Liga.
Lu bukan si Pong anjing. Ada di Dazen, DAZN. Lu sign up aja, lu daftar habis itu gratis kok nontonnya. Dazen guys, Dazen. Jing, si abang lu mana Pong?
Paris Saint-Germain, the club captain. He's a true leader for club and for country. Ruiz now to Kvaratskhelia, who loves taking players on.
DAZN nih. Aku kagak diajak anjing. Nggak jelas.
Pressure on him.
Agak jelas bego abang lu Pong. Ini PSG full tim coy. Itu nggak perlu VPN, nggak perlu Pong, nggak perlu. Login aja, lu daftar aja, abis itu lu bisa nonton gratis.
Madrid born, by the way, 14 years on Real Madrid's books in his home city. Nuno Mendes.
Full team anjir. PSG-nya Nuno Mendes main.
Hakimi again for Paris Saint-Germain. Chess match so far. Teams with the conditions maybe finding the heat a bit oppressive in this first portion of the game. The shots on here. And a fairly regulation pickup for Oblak.
Kalau Ramos main juga.
Doué driving on. It's Doué in. Helped away. Kvaratskhelia shot.
Kvaratskhelia.
First real piece of business in this first half. That's brilliant from Doué. Brilliant pressure. Ruiz is on. Now getting wide. The press from wide as well. He's facing Ruiz. Ruiz wants to pull this. He just lay it on for me. I've got a free strike on. His mark on the game. Depal. Into the feet of Pablo Barrios.
Wah, ini Enrique sih ngincer banget gelar juga nih dia nih kan Mr. Treble. Semua gelar pasti sama dia difokusin. Anjir nyaris.
Very often for him. That little bit of hope for Atletico Madrid. Vitinha for Nuno Mendes. Fabian Ruiz moved on to Marquinhos. Hakimi ahead of Doué. Here's Doué back on towards Hakimi for PSG. Dropped in but covered. There's Lino quickly dispossessed. It's Hakimi again for PSG. Desiree Doué. And still, PSG work the situation for the shots.
Anjir.
Oh, Fabian Ruiz.
What a shot Fabian Ruiz.
First blood is taken by the European champions.
Anjing. Kenceng banget coy. Datar kenceng anjing. 1-0 cuy. Cakep. Boleh nih. Konsisten ya. PSG boleh, tapi konsisten jujur mainnya. Pojok banget, pojok. Anjir, kaki kirinya sih power banget Fabian Ruiz. Waduh, gimana Yan Oblak? Atletico Madrid getting pressed out wide from the PSG come alive. He got denied by his teammate Kvaratskhelia moments ago. That layoff was perfect. The finish was perfect. Their first goal since the semi-final versus Arsenal in the Champions League back in the spring. It's passed by Lenormand. To Pau. Can Atleti respond to the early setback? Here's Alvarez. Galan for Samuel Lino. Couldn't find Galan with a return pass. Doué with a pirouette now for Hakimi to again burst away for Paris Saint-Germain. Hakimi runs and is taken down. And a foul here by Longley. A yellow card for Clement Longley, the first caution of the game for the Atleti defender. Kenceng banget Hakimi anjing.
Ridiculous from Longley. He's on his own. He's the only PSG player in the Atletico Madrid half. There's no need to make the challenge. No, he's tracking back. He's 20 minutes into the game. Well, he's got 70 minutes now to survive without making another rash challenge. So Longley has his name taken by Istvan Kovac. Hakimi down for some running repairs for Paris Saint-Germain. Such a tough proposition. A free kick here, both Vitinha and also Kvaratskhelia here for Paris Saint-Germain. As they chase a potential second goal before the first half's midpoint. Very much man-to-man here at Atletico Madrid, and it's left a lot of space. There's 3 defenders defending the goal. That's it, there's a lot of space elsewhere. Normally you see 8 players lined up. Vitinha's free kick sent in. Here is the
Di-press terus anjir Atletico.
The ball went back quickly. Kvaratskhelia. And again. And the ball just too heavy there.
Aduh, nggak ada orang.
Kept alive here by Paris Saint-Germain.
Nuno Mendes. They build again. The shot's on again.
Naris.
Down to hold again there is Jan Oblak.
You know, he's in a bit of a problem here as a left-sided midfielder. He's the out ball for Atletico Madrid when they get it, and he just keeps on getting caught on the ball, and he needs to up his game slightly because at the moment it's proving a problem for his own team.
Here is Lino. Alvarez. He's got the ball back on towards Griezmann. Here's Robin Lenormand for Atletico Madrid. Third place in the Liga last season. Been so often the third voice in the Spanish game behind Barca and Real Madrid. Well, the header on here, and suddenly it's a foot race. Potential foul.
Foul nga to, depan gawang.
Decision, and nothing given.
There was no challenge.
Enggak ya?
And there was no
Foul sih harusnya.
real emphasis from Pacho. And Nuno Mendes to make the challenge. I think that there's got to be a clear moment for the referee to make a decision, and there wasn't one in there. Mendes has got down himself. I think it was just an arm to the face in there. He was struggling. So, he's rapid. Again, it's just two arms coming together, an arm in the face, and a boot to the head as well. No clear tug. It's a good decision from the referee.
Well, he would say not. His boy brought down as well, but certainly Luis Enrique will maybe be a relieved coach not to have seen that given, because if it was given, there's a big call to make.
Yeah, you're thinking that realistically, the referee Kovac knows the implications there, knows he's the last man, knows it's got to be something clear-cut, and he just wasn't. Simeone is rapid, he is a quick customer in there. It's also likely to do that sort of thing, to go down at the first moment of contact, and I think he just did himself a disservice in doing that, because he would have been through.
Rumours all here towards Gonzalo Ramos. That's not the best. Lino. Now Pablo Barrios towards Griezmann. Forced away. Hakimi. Doué. One again high here by Atletico. Hakimi. Fabian Ruiz, lovely layoff towards Nuno Mendes here. Back onto Fabian Ruiz. Kvaratskhelia and Fabian Ruiz in business again here for PSG. Now he was caught, and that challenge, a risky one. And Robin Normand, the player whose name is taken. So now both centre halves in the notebook.
To us having to track back, and there was questions about the decision for Nuno Mendes. There's nothing. It's a clear one. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was in trouble. It was wonderful from Fabian Ruiz from 30 yards out. His first touch was perfect, and then from there he dictated, and wondering about the heat and how much players could put in. He put it all in there. 60-70 yard sprint to create that chance.
Another PSG dead ball in a good area. They chase a second goal. Ball fizzed in towards Marquinhos. And from range again the shot. This one by Vitinha is off target.
To go back to those two bookings down, you're looking now at two centre halves who are going to be exposed if they want to attack and get back into this game at some point. You're saying, well, we're going to have to leave the two centre backs at the back. Our full-backs are going to have to get involved. It's a problem.
Doué, he is a problem to any team, in any game, at any level. Hakimi. Vitinha. PSG probing again. And there to João Neves. Marquinhos. Hakimi. Marquinhos. For the goal scorer Fabian Ruiz here for PSG, dropped in for Hakimi. Look where Hakimi is here positionally. Then they move the ball and each other with a real persistence and a real threat and menace. Doué for PSG, didn't quite come off that time. Now the break's on for Atleti maybe. Samuel Lino.
He looks up and he just Griezmann. 70 yards from goal is not going to be where Griezmann wants the ball.
Nggak ada perlawanan cowok Atletico anjir.
So throw PSG, Atletico taken by Javi Galan. And All Blacks sold a really poor back pass, a cheap corner given away here by Atletico Madrid. And that, against this team, he's asking for trouble.
Again, he's being pressed and he's a difficult time out there. All Black is the one ball that he's got, and that even then is being pressed, so he knows he's under pressure to get that cross, to get that ball back to him.
Yellow card here. This one's been shown, I think, to Fabian Ruiz, has it, for PSG. Clash there with Giuliano Simeone. The corner was being waited for.
You know he's going to do it. You know Simeone's going to do it. If I know he's going to do it, Fabian Ruiz knows he's going to do it. You don't need to respond. If he wants to give you a hug, let him give you a hug.
The long wait before the corner for PSG. On top on the scoreboard and in the general play so far in this first half in Pasadena. Pedro Mendes.
Nyaris.
Alvarez can maybe
Counter
watch
Atletico. Nggak ada orang, Alvarez kesian.
Again, the ball turns
Man.
out quickly and cheaply.
Stuck mainnya anjir Atletico.
In an almost quarterback's role, just sits deep and sprays those balls around, gets PSG where they need to be. On to Hakimi. To Marquinhos. Hakimi. There's a great quote from the coach of Brest, Eric Roy. This is just gone. He said, because of the way PSG's players interchange, they're impossible to read as an opposing coach. You don't know who's going to be where at any given time.
No. You look at Skelly is now on the right-hand side, Doué on the left-hand side. They've swapped positions. Both teams earning a well-earned break.
Let's get the fluids on board. It's, as I say, a really warm day today under the Californian sunshine.
Ya, ada water break menit 30. Oh, cooling break. Iya. Ini mah emang for the sake of entertainment anjing turnamennya. So ada water breaknya anjing. Tapi biar nggak cedera sih. Cuman ya entertainment aja sebenarnya. Tapi keren sih. Boleh lah buat senang-senang gitu. Fan service dikit. Turnamen fan service jir. Tuh ada satu orang Indonesia komen di kanalnya Dezen yang live streamingin Club World Cup. Boring, jujur emang boring. Kenceng banget tendangannya Fabian Ruiz. Gila. Kelas, cok. That's class, man. Anjing masih kurang juga, brengsek. Kurang berapa tuh?
this FIFA Club World Cup. Is it not the game you expected so far?
Very much so. And you're looking at Steve maybe doing it how they can do it, but not within the complete game, not all the time like they do in Europe, but in fits and starts. You just see moments of where they come alive and the moments they recognise the opposition has the ball here, or this player's in a certain position, or Gonzalez Ramos has created some space and they just
Kurang anjing.
it's so hard to play against.
77
Over PSG.
5 kali 5 berapa tuh?
Hakimi.
250 diamond. Apa lu malakin gua anjing?
So Juan Neves will lead this throw for Ashraf Hakimi.
Bangsat.
Marquinhos. So PSG chasing this amazing 5 trophies since the turn of the year. As we complete the set in some style in this Club World Cup. Here they build again. Again, it's a cumbersome one, and again the ball breaks for Kvaratskhelia now for PSG. Look by DePaul. Played by Llorente. Simeone. Neatly done. Into Alvarez. Lino will chase and now stretch the legs for Atletico Madrid.
Wah anjing digocek.
With it.
Di counter.
For Galan. For Atleti. But no way through. This PSG team, Rob, they also work really hard for each other.
It's incredible. And it was brilliant from Atletico Madrid.
Nope. Javi Galan. As I said, they won the Champions League without the players they signed to in the competition. Messi and Neymar and Mbappe. They went back to this idea, Rob, of the collective, not individuals, and it paid dividends spectacularly.
Yeah, you just saw it there in that moment. One or two missed the tackle, but then there's a third and a fourth and a fifth that just keep on coming, and it personifies Luis Enrique, the manager, and he just keeps on going.
Let's come to Nuno Mendes. More centrally, Kvaratskhelia. PSG bossing the ball so far. 77% possession in the game's first 35 minutes. A team who relish having the ball. As I say, Atleti won the game in Paris in November with only 27% of the ball. That's the lowest ever for an away win in UEFA Champions League history that night in November in the French capital. Here's Marquinhos.
Juga.
So Hakimi throws it. Kvaratskhelia dispossessed. Barrios. Rodrigo DePaul. Griezmann dropped in towards the chasing Simeone, who wants something here and gets nothing for it.
Brilliant from Fabio Ruiz, tracking back there. Against Fabio Ruiz, I think he feels that he can get under his skin, he can really rile him a certain way, because at times he's thinking that's the only way we're going to get back into this game. We can't seem to lay a glove on the ball.
Vitinha, pumped on to Marquinhos. Nuno Mendes. Fabian Ruiz. Patience here from PSG. No rush, they lead the game, they control the game. They need to break any unnecessary sweat.
You see that Nuno Mendes has switched with Fabian Ruiz, who's now playing at left back, and it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it's a hard thing to manage as a team. It's a hard thing to manage mentally when you're up against a player, then they're not there, and you look around and it's a different player, different complexity within the game. And just that mental side of things, in this heat, working this hard as a
Atletico had to do takes its toll. It might not do in this half, but after an hour, 75 minutes, you might see a lot of mistakes in this game.
Fabian Ruiz on the ball for PSG. Moved on to João Neves. Nuno Mendes. Marquinhos. The chase on Hakimi in business again here for PSG. Hakimi, it's a gorgeous switch of play. What can they fashion here? The ball clipped wide again. PSG stay on the front foot.
Tembak langsung.
And held by Jan Oblak.
He apologises to his teammates because the options were at the far post for Gonzalo Ramos. Madrid again having problems. Oblak saying, I've got to go long because we're being pressed high. That's where the space is, and immediately that pass being cut down, and it's so hard for them just to get out now.
Fabian Ruiz. Sure. PSG by far the highest possession stats in Liga. And they retain the ball well here. Vitinha gets it wide. It's Kvaratskhelia still here. Well, he's got a nudge there, has he? From the challenge by Llorente. Enough to incur the referee's displeasure.
It's really good defending, Llorente. It's what you said before about addressing him earlier. There he couldn't. He was 1v1, but
Sorry.
it was physical, but within the rules.
Barrios. We saw two blue shirts on it straight away for PSG. They're that work rate we spoke about. As a collective, this PSG team is really special. Yes, there are individuals, yes, there are superstars, new and rising, but also it's the way this team works so hard for each other.
And refit as well. The ability to run and do it together and all be able to do it is something to behold. Normally, one or two maybe can be a little bit slower than the others. These guys, it's all 10. Not tested Donnarumma on it, but he probably could.
Now it's Fabian Ruiz, William Pachona for Nuno Mendes with the Parisians. Fabian Ruiz, difference maker so far in terms of the goal. Vitinha. Moved on to Marquinhos. Gonzalo Ramos was set to sprint and the ball did play his way. It's been won though here by Lino for Atletico. Doué tenacious to win the ball back quickly for PSG. Nuno Mendes, he's the left back. Right now to Desiree Doué. Doué. Oh, the footwork is outrageously good. And the cross goes away. What's on there? Vitinha. Kvaratskhelia. Again, they work the ball across to Hakimi this time. To Fabian Ruiz.
The wilting here. Atletico Madrid and Capital. The last thing he wants after 40 minutes is twinkle toes. Doué just waltzing past you. He is one fit boy, Doué, and even he has got his hands on his knees now. He's not been defending. This Atletico Madrid team have done so well just to stay in the game, so well just to ride out storms in this. It has to be said that, you know, they've been outplayed for 40 odd minutes now, but they're still in it. They're still clinging on in the game.
Pacha on to Fabian Ruiz again now for PSG. Hakimi. The ball just breaks away from Hakimi. The Champions League win the youngest average age of starters to win the trophy since a great Louis van Gaal Ajax side in 1995. The league gave their average age 24 years only. PSG, this team could be around to dominate for a long, long time to come. Here comes Llorente for Atletico Madrid. You saw the work ethic there for Kvaratskhelia.
Absolutely brilliant. And it wasn't just that 5 yards, it was from 40 yards. It was recognising it and tracking back all that way.
Fabian Ruiz. It's with Ashraf Hakimi for PSG.
0548.
Last 3 minutes of the first half. Fabian Ruiz again on the ball. Now bossing possession. It's no great surprise given, as I say, their stats in all competitions in the season just gone. A team who are built to have the ball and enjoy having the ball. Every single player is comfortable. Every player can interchange and chop and change and be a nuisance in a range of areas on the field. There's Richard Kvaratskhelia. Marquinhos. William Pacho.
It'll be interesting to see what James and the guys in the studio have got to say about how they feel Atletico Madrid can get back into this game, what they can do really. They talked about sitting in, sitting deep.
There's Kvaratskhelia to take on Llorente. Layoff.
All the way
Through this time for PSG.
Anjir nyaris, Cok.
Griezmann has ahead of him only really Alvarez as an option in outlet. Here he is. Longley. Rodrigo de Paul. Llorente. Into Simeone's feet here. Llorente goes again. Atletico Madrid towards Griezmann here.
Griezmann udah habis, Griezmann. Ya Allah. Ngapain Griezmann?
Brilliant for Marquinhos. Gets a congratulations from his goalkeeper. Griezmann was just drifted offside, but the tackle was needed. Wasn't really 100% sure. Atletico Madrid, for the first time in seemingly the half, managing to get sort of 6, 7, 8 passes together, and you can get through. Once you get through that initial press of 3, 4, 5 players on one side of the pitch, you can get a bit of joy. It just doesn't happen very often. It's very hard to do.
Vitinha. Marquinhos. In the end of 45 minutes at the Pasadena Rose Bowl, it's Hakimi. Doué in behind here for PSG. It's Desiree Doué. Doué, Gonzalo.
Alah, kemana Gonzalo Ramos shotnya?
Goes to the Parisians.
PSG lah, menang ini udah.
You've got your centre forward in the position where he wants to be, but it's on his wrong foot. He's a very right-footed player, and that showed there. No confidence over the
Udah fix
strike.
PSG nggak sih ini?
It was a tired strike.
Fix PSG.
This is De Paul onto Llorente here. Into 3 added minutes of the first half. And Simeone with a little body swerve. Simeone with the pass here for Llorente. And then Nuno Mendes on the slide. Did a super job defensively, but he's lost the ball here. Alvarez, Llorente, Griezmann, all rather tight.
Anjing.
And there the first save
Tipis Griezmann.
from Griezmann in first half stoppage time.
Yeah, it was sharp, but is your main man on the ball in the penalty area to get a strike away?
Kvaratskhelia for PSG. On to pick out the pass. They're in again! Money doubled by Paris Saint-Germain.
Udah nggak ada otak anjing PSG.
And having had a chance seconds early to make it 1-1. Now
Vitinha.
And PSG now are in total charge of this first game in Group B.
Gila aja ini udah nggak ada yang lawan nih. Ini bahaya coy PSG. Sumpah, klub World Cup bisa jadi PSG lagi nih yang menang anjing. Gila, Cok.
Enrique's team now, they are in total command.
Within minutes.
Anjing. Vitinha nih apa anjing, semuanya serba bisa, Cok. Shooting jago, lari kencang, kontrol bola sama passing tepat. Visi bagus, astaga. Nggak dijagain ya, susah juga sih jagain ya sih. 2-0 guys, 2-0 babak pertama anjing.
worked so hard, Atletico Madrid, just to stay in the game.
2-0,
Just to get
2-0,
that opening
2-0,
for Griezmann.
2-0,
And then it is taken away from you in the blink of an eye.
2-0.
Paris Saint-Germain. Here is Depal for Atletico Madrid. From here it is, and against this team especially, a long, long way back for Atletico Madrid. But here they come. Here's Griezmann. Llorente wins a corner. And it's their first of the game in the 3rd minute of stoppage time.
Just had 1 or 2 openings that Simeone had gone forward a little bit more. Llorente was getting forwards and proving an option, and then the snapshot for Griezmann. The game had just opened up, and frustrating as it is, sometimes you just cannot do that. You just got to see it through to half time.
Griezmann's corner, can they get one back? Simeone's flick on. There's Doué with a header clear. On to Depal for Atletico Madrid. They need a base camp here. Simeone. On to Griezmann. Now one back by Vitinha for PSG. Well,
Half-time, Cok.
Simeone, a big half-time team talk. His team here 2 down. Ruiz
Half-time.
goals for the European champions have been superb so far. And they are in total charge at the break in this first game in Group B of the Club World Cup. PSG with a masterclass so far in oppressive conditions in the Californian sunshine. The half-time score then here is PSG in total charge of the game. They lead at the break by 2-0 over Atletico Madrid.
Welcome to the Zone. Your all-access pass to the sports you love. Witness unmissable action and live for every moment, all in one place. The global home of sport. Sign up now at the Zone. Live, only on the Zone, July 12th. Berlanga versus Shiraz and Stevenson versus Cepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. Berlanga versus Shiraz, Stevenson versus Cepeda. Live, only on the Zone. Buy now at thezone.com/box.
Satu, 2-0 guys. Gamenya agak boring karena Atletico sama sekali tidak ada perlawanan. Seperti biasa, Simeone mainnya bertahan anjing.
Saturday, June 28th, Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at thezone.com/boxing. The greatest clubs on earth are about to collide in the FIFA Club World Cup. Are you really going to watch this in standard definition? Upgrade to the Zone Premium and get the ultimate viewing experience. You'll see stadiums flooded by a billion colors. Passion, emotion, wizardry. All sharper and brighter. You'll feel every roar, an atmosphere projected around you. Every moment matters. You'll live them, share them, everywhere you go. Exclusives from beyond the touchline. Plus, you'll access epic competitions. Winners flown to the States for a VIP trip to the final. 63 games of footballing perfection. The ultimate viewing experience is just a couple of clicks away. Upgrade to Zone today. Everyone's talking about the FIFA Club World Cup. You really want to be the one who misses all the action? Go behind the scenes with all the big names and watch extended highlights or full match replays. Upgrade to the Zone Premium now.
The Zone, the undisputed global home of boxing. Over 185 fight nights a year. From the world's biggest events, straight to your home. kings, the chaos, the comebacks. From weigh-ins to walkouts, inside the corners, raw reactions, expert analysis, behind the scenes, top commentary.
Apa anjing? 2-0 gini, guys.
Any screen, on your phone, on your couch, on the move. You don't just watch it, you live it. Because passion doesn't take a round off, and neither do we.
It's the glamour division of boxing.
The Zone, the undisputed global home of boxing.
Excellent. Loads of loads of Club World Cup coming up for you on the Zone. We've got Chelsea taking on LAFC. That's Monday. Manchester City, who are the reigning world champions, are up against Wydad on Wednesday. Inter Miami, who had a 0-0 draw yesterday, take on Porto on Thursday, and then on Thursday,
Baran
against
bacot.
Atletico Madrid, who are currently 2 goals down to Paris Saint-Germain at the Rose Bowl. All watched in the company, for me at least, and hopefully for you as well so far, of Mamadou Sakho and Mikel John Obi. PSG, your former side, Mamadou. It's only a couple of weeks on from the Champions League final, and they picked up where they left off today.
Yeah, I think we are all enjoying watching this game. They are still playing the same style, keeping the ball. I think it was around 77, 76.
Something like that.
something
Very
like
little
this.
possession for
Correct.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, so no.
But they press, they force errors, and they score goals. Fabian Ruiz it was who opened up the scoring.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a
Siapa sih yang ngomong nih?
really good 1-2 in the middle, but he was the third one. who
Fabian
got the
Ruiz.
ball outside of the box.
Goks.
He shot, very well, but I
Oh,
think
Marcelo.
for the keeper because
Jose Marcelo ini yang ngomong.
he want to come and counter the ball, but
Iya nggak sih?
the ball went through his leg,
Marcelo emang
and
yang ngomong.
for Paris it was the first beautiful goal.
They enjoyed that.
Bukan, ini siapa?
That proved their undoing.
I know. I mean, obviously we were here thinking, okay, is this the time they're gonna get the equalizer just before the half time? But I think Anton Griezmann here. I think any other side of the goalkeeper, I think that would have gone in the back of the net. But Donnarumma made the save here. Ball to Fabian Ruiz, I think it was, and then of course played it to Gravascalia here. And then he drifted inside the pitch. Ball to Vitinha. There you go. I think it was 18 seconds after that.
18 seconds, yeah.
Ball in the back of the net, 2-0. I think this Paris Saint-Germain side, they're fantastic, keeping the ball. We give them so much credit on how they keep the ball possession. But also, when they don't have it, how quickly they recover the ball, how quickly they press, how they press the opponent to get the ball back. It's incredible. And Luis Enrique this is something that he's worked with this team. And you can see he's installed that in this team. When they don't have the ball, they press so high to recover.
Obi Mikel ya?
I know we give them so much credit on how they
Mirip Obi Mikel anjing.
Fabian Ruiz, but how hard do they work when they don't have the ball? And we have to start giving them credit on that as well.
All the players, not only 9 or 8, 11 players.
Yeah. And it didn't used to be like that, as we know, at Paris Saint-Germain. It's always a tough job playing the Parisians, particularly when you're 2 goals down, particularly when both of your centre-backs are now on a yellow card.
Yeah, that's true, but we can see they defend very, very strongly. I think today they are like a wall behind. But I wanted to congratulate the goalkeeper because the second goal starts from him. When he got the ball, he asked one player to have the ball quick, and they score second goal.
There you go, fantastic first half from PSG. 2 goals, their lead after 45 minutes against Atletico Madrid. One of the few teams to have been on this season. Second half is on the way on DAZN.
greatest clubs on earth are about to collide in the FIFA Club World Cup. Are you really going to watch this in standard definition? Upgrade to the Zone Premium and get the ultimate viewing experience. You'll see stadiums flooded by billion colors. Passion, emotion, wizardry. All sharper and brighter. You'll feel every roar, an atmosphere projected around you. Every moment matters.
Bingung rank aja deh ini.
Everywhere you go. Exclusives from beyond the touchline. Plus, you'll access epic competitions, winners floated states, for a VIP trip to the final. 63 games of football in perfection. The ultimate viewing experience is just a couple of clicks away. Upgrade to Zone today. Everyone's talking about the FIFA Club World Cup. You really want to be the one who misses all the action? Go behind the scenes with all the big names and watch extended highlights or full match replays. Upgrade to the Zone Premium now.
The Zone, the undisputed global home of boxing. Over 185 fight nights a year. From the world's biggest events, straight to your home. The kings, the chaos, the comebacks. From weigh-ins to walkouts, inside the corners, raw reactions, expert analysis, behind the scenes, top commentary. Watch it your way, anytime, any screen. On your phone, on your couch, on the move. You don't just watch it, you live it. Because passion doesn't take a round off, and neither do we. The Zone, the undisputed global home of boxing.
Welcome to the Zone. Your all-access pass to the sports you love. Witness unmissable action. Live for every moment, all in one place. The global home of sport. Sign up now at the Zone. The world's greatest club is set to be crowned. Are you really going to watch without the ultimate viewing experience? See stadiums in a billion colors and feel the atmosphere around you. Upgrade to the Zone Premium now.
Live only on the Zone. Usyk versus Dubois 2, July 19th. He silenced Britain's best. Usyk, that red raider, fighting for greatness and a flag for legacy. But now, the dynamite is ready to explode. Dubois, weaker, sharper, stronger, a weight of a nation on his shoulders. July 19th, Wembley roars beneath the lights. Who will become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? Usyk versus Dubois 2, live only on the Zone. Buy now at thezone.com/boxing.
Welcome back. Half-time's here and time to test your football knowledge. Join the Fan Zone half-time quiz and see how sharp you really are. Just search for DAZN.com/fanzone or open the DAZN app to take part in the Fan Zone quiz.
Semblok langsung sih anjing.
Well, half-time's here and time to test your football knowledge. Join the Fan Zone half-time quiz and see how sharp you really are. Just search for DAZN.com/fanzone or open the DAZN app to take part.
On earth are about to collide in the FIFA Club World Cup. Are you really going to watch this in standard definition? Upgrade to the Zone Premium and get the ultimate viewing experience. You'll see stadiums flooded by billion colors. brighter. Feel every roar, an atmosphere projected around you. Every moment matters. You live them, share them, everywhere you go. Exclusives from beyond the touchline. Plus, relax with epic competitions. Winners flow to the States for a VIP trip to the final. 63 games of footballing perfection. The ultimate viewing experience is just a couple of clicks away. Upgrade to Zone today. Welcome to the Zone. Your all-access pass to the sports you love. Witness unmissable action. Live for every moment, all in one place. The global home of sport. Sign up now at the Zone.
Welcome back then to Pasadena from Darren Hager and Rob Green. At the break here, PSG lead Atletico Madrid by 2-0. Rob, if you're Diego Simeone, what on earth do you begin to change here to have any chance of a fight back?
Well, I don't think you can. For the next half hour, you've got to stay as you are and try and dig out the next half hour. And what became you wanted a 5-minute game, a 10-minute game, you've got to open up into a 15-minute game. At the end of the game, maybe bringing Saul off on. We barely mentioned Julian Alvarez. We barely mentioned Barrios, a ball-playing midfielder. And so you look at those guys, the guys that make them tick, they haven't been in the game. So it's not going to happen for you right now. You just need to keep this game as tight as you can for as long as you can.
The teams play again in 4 days' time on Thursday. PSG here against Botafogo in Pasadena, while it's a road trip. Atletico Madrid go to Seattle to take on the home team there, the Seattle Sounders of Major League Soccer. So at the break here, the goals from Fabian Ruiz and from Vitinha. Giving PSG a very handsome picture at half-time in his Group B opener. The two got advantage. Not quite the dazzling display we saw in Munich, but nonetheless, I think given the conditions, we shouldn't really expect that.
No, and it's been a couple of weeks and everyone's gone away for their international teams. They're trying to play games there, they're coming back, they're finding their feet. Obviously got the time difference and a lot of factors come into that, but nothing more than the heat, the unbearable heat that there is. And you look just down to things, the feeling of your feet, of the studs, and your feet in heat is completely different.
Panas banget ya kayaknya di Amerika ya. Terik banget anjir. Anjir, Luis Enrique.
In an attacking sense from PSG and defensively in some senses from Atletico Madrid, just to keep in the game like they did.
And those yellow cards to the centre-backs, Longley and Normand, would that be for the coach now on his mind to maybe change one or maybe even both of the centre-halves?
I think if as soon as you go for the game, then you've got to change one of the two centre-backs at least to say, well, we're going to have to give ourselves the opportunity to defend. We can't just let players run through onto us. We just saw just before half-time how clinical they can be with the defenders backing off and letting Vitinha come through. So it's a real tightrope for Diego Simeone to walk, when to go, when to push the button and how to do it.
PSG the first out. Joined the field by Atletico Madrid. So match day one, of course, defeat here, all is not lost. But certainly a statement so far by Paris Saint-Germain in that first 45 minutes. Griezmann had there one big chance, then seconds later the ball's in their own net. They're 2-0 down. So we're going to see a big Koke coming on. At least one change, maybe more. So the club captain, Koke, is the first to be called for here by Simeone.
Babak kedua mulai, Cok.
So fresh legs, fresh idea. Maybe we'll see a different shape because they're taking the wide left player, Lino, to make way for the central midfielder here, Koke.
Okay, he's a sitting midfielder, and so you think he's going to be in front of that back four. What it does do is expose the fullbacks, play it out on the left-hand side. Whether they shuffle around as the midfield, just have to wait and see.
Atletico begin the half and try and do a PSG. If you don't beat them, join them.
Well, one way of learning from the best at this moment in time, and it was a bit of a lesson in that first half of ball retention and player movement and PSG dominating the ball in possession. Just before half time, that moment for Griezmann felt like it was a moment of the game.
A nudge there by Kvaratskhelia on Llorente. It could become a trim, that kick-off, to fine touch to get the opposition on the back foot. We could see, I think, more teams next season maybe adopt that.
It's a statement. It's a statement of real confidence to say we can win the ball back off you, and that's what PSG were brilliant at. That's how they got the first goal. They went back to get the ball back off Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid suffered when the ball went out to their two wide players. Now that they've changed it up, they might have to have a different angle of approach to get players forward.
So free kick for Atletico. The game they are chasing. DePaul. It's a good ball clipped in as well. Donnarumma comes out.
Wah, anjing, 1-1 tuh.
The ball scooped away. There was a flag anyway here for offside against Atleti. Would have counted had they found the target.
That's Brian Sardé, bright start from Atletico Madrid, and you're just thinking those willingness to run, to go forwards. Looks like Simeone has gone out onto the left-hand side. He's the left-sided midfielder now. He's got a lot of work to do to protect Javi Galán in front and behind him on this Atletico Madrid top of the screen.
Marquinhos for goalkeeper Donnarumma. William Pacho for Nuno Mendes. In that switch, full back to Due on the other side of the field for PSG. Fabian Ruiz.
Superior player of the match. Ada QR-nya. Anjing, keren banget ini klub World Cup bangke.
Moved on to Vitinha, who got the second goal today.
Bisa nge-scan langsung buat voting. Goks.
I guess maybe with the score the way it is, Robert, a case here for PSG to just manage their energy as well.
Manage the energy and the game down. Yeah, and it is interesting that they've shown at times little glimpses of being rocks. Maybe in the Champions League against Aston Villa, against Arsenal, they can be rocks. That is there in their DNA.
DePaul. Well told towards chasing Marcos Llorente. Mendes, the defender who is so rarely rushed on the ball.
Wah, anjing Kvaratskhelia.
PSG, they could not be dispossessed. They might be here though. They have a free kick. Down on the turf is Kvaratskhelia. A yellow card for Koki. He was on the field for only, 3 minutes. Now already in the referee's notebook.
The break was on. The break was on for PSG there. Atletico Madrid had committed players into that press, and they'd actually thought they'd done really well. It's a fraction late, and you can see why he's a bit frustrated with that. There's very little in it. And then you look worse at full speed, ironically. Normally it's the other way around, but Atletico Madrid, Rodrigo Ball now on his right-hand side. He's looking to get forward. He's the one from normally from the centre of midfield looking to get forward. He's going to have to do it from wide on the right. It's not really his suited position.
Donnarumma pressured here and there. What's that? A goalkeeper with a Cruyff turn in his own penalty area.
Anything to do, he can do.
Nuno Mendes here to
Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes.
Mendes, effortless. On he goes here now for Kvaratskhelia. It opens up!
Tiang anjing.
Back onto the crossbar.
Desire Du.
Not gone yet, the danger. Long play clear. Hakimi. Fabian Ruiz. PSG knock on the door for the first time in the second half. Kvaratskhelia. Back to Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz. Here they come again. Movement, threat, menace. Bodies forward. And the throw.
That's brilliant. Brilliant from Oblak. Moment of the game for Atletico Madrid because it's kept them in the game.
Here's Vitinha. For Kvaratskhelia. Mendes again. We speak of world-class goalkeepers. 2 on show here. Donnarumma and Jan Oblak, but there Oblak, that save to keep out that bending, curling shot was absolutely world class.
Yeah, it was all of everything from Oblak. He got himself set, he got in the right position, he's there, and he's ready to go, and went full stretch, and it was all of everything, just everything through his body, through the ball, the power that goes through it. Get that faintest of touches to turn it onto the crossbar. Brilliant stuff.
Well, here, Waxler.
Yeah, it was wonderful for Mendes, and that step inside is where he wants to be. And from there, just see how Oblak got through the ball almost as much power as he could, because he knew it wasn't right in the top corner. He had to get so much onto the ball.
Kvaratskhelia now for PSG for Nuno Mendes. Well, here's a stat for you. PSG this calendar year, 103 goals.
Something clicked at the turn of the year.
Kvaratskhelia. Well, he came in turn of the year for starters. Koke. The ball back to his goalkeeper, Oblak. Wrong leg for Koke. To Alvarez here. Griezmann on the halfway line, but stopped by Nuno Mendes.
Again, it's brilliant from Atletico Madrid to play through the press, but getting Griezmann on the ball on the halfway line in itself is the problem. Is you've got PSG stretch and you've still got half the pitch to go, and they've not really got that player to go in behind and long.
Lama banget. Boring, bro.
Next pass here for Llorente for Atletico. The goalback just would change the game's complexion, just give them a fighting chance. To Pal. Now he's been checked by João Neves. Quick free kick, Alvarez. It's Simeone. A crossing chance in towards Alvarez, and a corner run here by Atleti to base camp.
It's a trademark driving run from Ghana to get beyond, and this is why he's favoured from Ronaldo at left back. He just wants to get on and beyond, but so much effort to get in behind.
In Paris, they came from 1 down to win 2-1 in the club's only meeting before this in November. Here is DePaul. His shot charged down by Nuno Mendes. DePaul tries again now for Llorente for Atletico. Moved on to Eddie Galán. Teams play next on Thursday in this group. It'll bring them between matches in this group phase of the competition. Here with Koke. Time for Llorente. Robin Lenormand. Spain to win the Euros last summer in Germany. Clever turn by Koke. Into Alvarez here. Now DePaul, in Argentina, a world champion at international level now for Llorente.
Wah, gak kena anjing.
Frustration for Llorente, but it's really poor. Really poor that he didn't manage to hold his run, and in such a good position. They did so well to break through the pressers. Again, really good keep ball. Koke's done more coming into this game in the second half, just getting on the ball, having that confidence, that knowledge to say, I can step into space, I can drift players and drop into that back line. It just dictated to Atletico Madrid a bit better than what they had in Barrios in the first half.
Panas banget kelihatannya anjing main di Amrik, so.
By no means a team who are watertight. He'll give you a chance. There comes Vitinha into Desiree Doué. To Hakimi. Again, they'll shoot the ball here with that poise and that pace and that, as I say, swagger about Paris Saint-Germain. The swagger which comes with the European champions. Neves for Vitinha. Now Desiree Doué. stage for stars to shine. Here goes Hakimi for PSG. Hakimi's cross and a corner this time.
Corner.
Confidence and vision of Vitinha is something to behold. Just to know that Hakimi's there is one thing. To be able to execute that pass, that precision, brilliant from Hakimi. Just that he knew that that cross was going to come in, and I'm going to make that run, and I'm going to make that ball and make it my own. It's so hard to defend against Simeone at full pelt. He's just about to get in the game.
PSG corner. Nuno Mendes, the man to deliver the set piece. Nuno Mendes, I think he was punched clear. Comes on here now to Doué. Juan Neves. Desiree Doué. It's a ball in which just asks a question of Atletico Madrid. Doué, 20, only a fortnight ago, and here again that save Rob from All Black's super fingertip.
Yeah, and it's the timing of the set in there down. He's just getting his feet on the floor and getting that power through that left leg. The temptation is to go through the wrong leg. Not sure who's applauding, but everyone could do with enough clap then.
There's William Pacho for PSG. Doué into Llorente. Doué then taking that by Corque. The play goes on here. It's Simeone. And now it comes for Alvarez.
Gol Alvarez. Itu dia guys. Game on. 2-1.
Well, for now it's 2-1.
Alvarez. Julian Alvarez. Emang nih pemain pocher gila sih. Maksudnya kesempatan tipis bisa jadi gol sama dia, Cok. Gokil.
That's brilliant from Alvarez. Nice ball from Doué. I think he's lost the ball and there's no real foul in there. The ball's already gone away. Okay, made contact, but there's very little in it. Creates the space and it's just a half-low drill finish from Alvarez. You've seen very little in an attacking sense, but there he's come alive in the space that he wants, and Donnarumma's a giant, but he's passed him before he can react. Atleti have a chance to get back in the game unless it's taken off them.
Alvarez with the goal. It will be, of course, looked at by the VAR team led by Bastian Dankert, the German. It's a huge moment in the game. And yeah, we're going to have a check here by VAR. Referee told
Anjing golnya dicek, offside kah?
the big side monitor. That normally tells a story in itself, Rob.
The argument being that Doué's lost the ball, but now you can see the contact, and
Ya,
in that
foul
replay,
dong.
you're thinking it's impacting Doué's ability to come onto the ball, that's for sure.
Big moments in a big game. Group B's blockbuster. Group B's two monoliths. PSG, Atletico Madrid. Mr. Kovac. Long VAR.
Foul kah?
Talked to Bastian Dankert. And what is the outcome here?
Do you hear me? It's working well. After field review, number 6 from Atletico Madrid committed a free kick in the middle. Goal cancelled.
Gol cancel anjir.
Goal chalked off the foul by Corque. And we're back to 2-0.
He applauds.
Gol jadi gol.
He means it. For me, Doué had lost the ball and the game was going on in real time, in slow motion. Yeah, it looks like a foul, but in there, you can see the Atletico Madrid players. Koke had gone onto it, and
Nggak jadi gol, guys.
Atletico had broken from it. The one to take it away the ball.
Hakimi, trademark surge. Fabian Ruiz. Across to
Alah,
Atletico.
kemana Fabian?
Another rapid PSG counter raid.
The frustrations there for Atletico Madrid. They want to chase the game now, want to chase what they felt was an unjust decision.
And Koke's foul too, Rob. He's on a yellow card.
Yeah.
So for now, the PSG sheet remains clean in Pasadena. Black, that's risky one here by Nuno Mendes. And back to Hakimi. Sean Neves. How can they work here again, PSG? Gonzalo Ramos wants a give and go. He didn't get one. And now Atleti break with purpose and menace. And there, Simeone's been taken out. Marquinhos in hot water. And he has his name taken too by Esteban Kovac.
One of the easier decisions of the half for the referee. Simeone knows there's still such a long way to go from goal. Knows that Marquinhos is not wanting to turn the sprint back.
So yellow for the PSG captain. There'll be a triple change too as well here by Atleti shortly. We'll see Conor Gallagher.
2-0 masih di cancel golnya gara-gara foul tadi, bangsat.
The first man withdrawn is the coach's son, Giuliano Simeone.
Giuliano Simeone.
In the heat of Pasadena.
Angel Korea masuk, Conor Gallagher.
Correa is on to Reinildo for Atletico Madrid. Correa, fresh on the field. Correa takes on.
Buset, Nuno Mendes anjing, kuat banget anjir. Gila, Jo. Ya. Langsung beberapa detik masuk Angel Korea langsung kuning anjing gara-gara nginjek kakinya. Oh, nendang kaki Nuno Mendes.
Straight swap and Conor Gallagher again at left wing is where he's been deployed by Simeone, not a left winger as such, but he's got license to get up front and get into the attack as well. So a slight attacking move from Simeone.
So Correa quickly becomes the sixth caution shown by referee Kovac. A triple change confirmed on the screen for you.
De Paul keluar De Paul. Ini gue sebenernya dukung Atletico sih, cuman feeling gue tetap PSG yang menang. Sian amat ya Atletico ya, mainnya masih sama cuy. Dari tahun ke tahun pasif mainnya. Udah mulai kasar mainnya anjir. Udah mulai kasar. Ya anjing, udah mulai kasar.
Atletico Madrid are trying to change this game, trying to change the mood of the game. The substitutes coming on, 2 of the 3 being booked almost immediately.
So far for that.
Well, Koke's do well to not talk himself into another yellow card and get him sent off here, because this is very much a day of Atletico Madrid to make it into a street fight, a brawl.
We're going to see Simi Mayulu coming on, who scored a goal in the Champions League final. It is Gonzalo Ramos who makes way for him. So Mayulu is on to add fresh legs to the Paris Saint-Germain cause.
He goes as a straight swap, centre forward. Just wonder whether Dembele will make an appearance today, whether he injured his hamstring in the build-up to the final, in the semi-final, whether that's still hindering him a little bit, whether he needs a precaution.
Nuno Mendes. There's Llorente towards Kvaratskhelia here. It's become a scrappy game now, and that is certainly Atletico's doing at the moment.
Yep, that's how they want it. They want the fight.
Reinildo. It's Conor Gallagher. Alvarez. Now Correa in a good position. Correa's pass. And that from Pacho.
Gagal lagi serangannya.
Alvarez was in otherwise. Goalkeeper with the early pass tries to get Doué away. Here's Mayulu, first touch is coming on. Couldn't find Doué. This is Lenormand. Correa. Longley. Now to Koke. Atleti chase the game out. A different game now since half time. Went back well here by Vitinha. Now the chase on for Kvaratskhelia. Here's the Georgian, who is so hard to stop and contain. His layoff. Fabian Ruiz helps it on.
Nyaris anjing. Good.
Really opened up and thinking this is the moment that Atletico that pushed the button.
Correa in behind for a moment here for Atleti. They need a goal soon. Correa blocked off, and here comes to claim.
Good banget Donnarumma.
All the control that PSG have had, it has become an open game. I'm not sure it suits them whatsoever. I don't know whether Vitinha needs to get his foot on the ball. Now Neves just to control it, now on the ball, just get some passes in, take the sting out of the game. If you get into a street fight, there's only going to be one winner in this, and they've had complete control up until an hour, till those substitutes were made and Correa came on and kicked someone and just made it into a different game altogether.
Marquinhos. Vitinha. It's with João Neves. Pressured there by Conor Gallagher. Marquinhos. Into Fabian Ruiz. Not the big picture now for the tournament. PSG on the evidence here. Contenders? Real contenders?
Someone's got to stop them. And you're looking, the one argument you'd have against it is they do have that tendency to have a wobble in the big games, in the big moments, and this is what Atletico Madrid are kind of trying to create now, is trying to manufacture a wobble of sorts. And the other thing being is the way that they won Ligue 1 in such emphatic fashion dictated how they could play the Champions League. They could rest teams. They can't do that here in this tournament.
Corner one though here by them. Yeah, the league games where they change sometimes a whole 11.
Yeah, absolutely. And they get help from the league by not having a game at some weekends and basically coast through the rest of that season. Maybe through this group stage they may take the players off and have a rest for a couple of days after this game, into the game on Thursday against weaker opposition, but into the knockout stages, when you've got to say they're going to make it, there's no such respite.
Corner here for the 2-week crowned European champions, their first ever Champions League title at last for PSG. This is Kvaratskhelia for Nuno Mendes. It's a high one, but too high for Marquinhos. And the roar is for this, the wave around the Rose Bowl. Good crowd, good noise, good atmosphere for this first game of the group. It is by some margin the standout game in Group B. And Alexander Sørloth has come on for Barrios.
Sørloth, masuk Sørloth.
And the players will take a cooling break to cool down.
I think this is the moment that Atletico, and we've been waiting for to say, okay, we've turned it into a fight. We've got 20 minutes to go. We're still a couple of goals behind, but bringing on the big man, the number 9. Now we go for it. Now we attack. Try and make it as uncomfortable as we can.
Anjing cooling break lagi, anjing kayak main di Indo.
Scored 24 goals this season, of which 14 came as a sub. No player across the big 5 European leagues scored more goals from the bench than Norway's Alexander Sørloth. To play 20 minutes, they need 2 goals to save this, Atleti. Otherwise, PSG make a winning start to the competition.
Buset, anjing.
Would make it an interesting, intense finish. What is a bumper crowd now?
Some more changes here for PSG. We're going to see coming on 2 players. The first of them to take the field is the Korean Lee Kang-in. Also going to go on
Vitinha, set golnya mantap banget tuh.
Warren Zaire-Emery as well. So a double change. We see again the goals which give us this 2-0 scoreline. PSG just rotate a couple of positions, keep players fresh with the next game on Thursday in mind now, surely.
Lee goes to wide on the right-hand side, and he likes to cut inside onto his left foot, very strong on his left foot. Skelly is, to say for all his ballers, has had a disappointing afternoon. That one chance. Uwe now on the left-hand side.
Correa. And here now is Conor Gallagher. They do have there in Sørloth as well, a proper target man to aim for. There's Longley. Brought on there by Griezmann. This is Reynildo for Atletico. Given away, Zaire-Emery. Into Mayulu's feet. Vitinha. Got the goal to double their lead late in the first half. William Pacho. There's Nuno Mendes. Marquinhos. Touch on there. Zaire-Emery. Lee Kang-in's pass, Doué chasing it. Black meets it, risky. The ball scooped away, but retrieved again here by PSG.
Yeah, really good play, really well dictated by PSG, and they picked that moment, had the control, they had the control of the game and the emphasis of where they wanted to go, and then their player that they wanted to create the chance was Lee. Got that wonderful left foot he steps in on.
Mendes. Emery for Desiree Doué, just slipped off his toes, and Marcos Llorente. Llorente for Atleti. Still Doué hungry and quick to press. Here's Alexander Sørloth. Scored a hat-trick on the last day of the big season as a serve away at Girona. 2 hat-tricks in the season's closing weeks for the Norwegian. Longley. Reynildo for Atleti. Ball's been turned over here as Lee Kang-in for Paris Saint-Germain. Vitinha. Onto Zaire-Emery. Into traffic. To stop him. The foul is given, that will stop him. It's okay.
It's a strange decision. The referee won the ball fair and square and unfortunately run into him, but not sure how he's managed to give away a foul there. But it's interesting with the substitutions that they've made, with Lee Kang-in coming on, Emery coming on, 2 very, very comfortable players on the ball, and so when they're looking to get the game into a fight, Atletico Madrid PSG's response is to say, well, we'll just keep the ball, we'll keep passing.
There's Pacho. Gallagher's pass. Alvarez spins away here for Atletico.
Atletico,
Alvarez
Alvarez.
pulls it back.
Alah, lepas.
And now away will come. Paris Saint-Germain here with bodies advancing, but very slowly. You see the game's really slowed down over the last 5 or so minutes.
Brilliant for Nuno Mendes to read that then, read that opportunity just to see where the pass was going to go and then time the tackle. But as you say, Dan, it's with those substitutions from Atletico Madrid, they made it a fight for 5-10 minutes. PSG responded and they've made it back into a footballing match and one that they can dictate the players. Looking at Atletico Madrid to say, right, we can go in fits and starts, just moments now. We can't transform the game as we wanted to.
Nuno Mendes. Rather tight pass. He's lost out to Conor Gallagher here. Now Koke. And Gallagher with the search with Zayet Emery for company. It's a goal kick only. Much to Simeone's disbelief and visible displeasure.
Well, the whole of the Atletico Madrid bench is up because Nuno Mendes blatantly handballed the ball. He went down and patted it away with his arm after giving it away. And Gallagher wins it. Moves on and hold it away. Good goalkeeper.
Marquinhos. Kini. He can get now for Vitinha for PSG to now find Desiree Doué to go at Llorente. Doué. And there towards Mayulu. Then Oblak's lost the ball. Mayulu.
Ya,
Goes open here.
untung aja.
Take the chance. Hakimi with the opening.
It's a foul. It's a foul on Oblak. He's trying to roll the ball out and he gets stopped.
The card shown here. I think it's been shown towards Longley, was it? No, it was. It can't be.
You've got to be allowed to play the ball, whether it's inadvertently or not.
Oh, red card comes
Wah,
out.
anjir, red card, gila.
Atletico down to 10 players.
Atletico red card, cok. Langlet.
Realised late, it was Longley's second card, so he now walks. Atletico down to 10 players, and let's be honest, that card has been coming in the second half.
Yeah, it's wanted to be turned into a fight, but not like this for Atletico Madrid. And it's a strange decision from the referee not to give the foul, and Longley has talked himself into that. It's not been a surprise that there has been coming, and what was seemingly an uphill challenge was now a mountain for Atletico Madrid.
So Longley 2 yellows means 1 red. He walks. 10 now for Atletico on the field. And it's PSG's rampant 11. Doué's corner. Vitinha. On for Hakimi. Thinks about it. Vitinha again. Desiree Doué. And Doué. Great footwork. Promising cross. Comes in now for Zayet Emery. On to Lee. Runs away. Well, here that second yellow card. And I guess, Rob, with this second yellow card and the red, there goes any chance for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, it's gone. I just think that Kovac, the referee, has just lost control of everything there with not giving the foul, not giving the decision, getting berated by the players and losing sense of who was what and who was yellow carded and not.
So changes. PSG will take off Doué. And also
Nice, Desiree Doué diganti sama Nuno Mendes.
for the game's conclusion. Ibrahim Mbaye has come on, only 17.
Luka Hernandez.
Only his 11th game in the first team, and also Luka Hernandez is on as well, a player who is ex of Atletico Madrid before he's moved to Bayern in 2019.
Two right swaps, a left back and a left winger coming on, and Mbaye can play on both sides, much like everyone else in this PSG team. So the movements and everything will not change, but I think that is the significance of it is, well, let's rest our superstars, let's rest our main men, because this game is won.
Hakimi, it's a risky one. Cleanest pass for Marquinhos here for PSG. Lovely feet. Here comes the charge. Here come the bodies. Hakimi onto Mbaye.
Nyaris.
I'm going to sit down there for the shot for Ibrahim Mbaye. Alexander Sørloth chasing on, but Marquinhos gives up nothing for PSG.
So 5 versus 3. This PSG team, you'd expect them to finish that one off and to finish the game off.
Gila anjing, sakit banget.
And again, that rather belated second yellow card for Lombe. That was the realisation that, hang on, I've seen you before, haven't I?
It was a long time ago, to be fair to the referee.
Ball back here with All Black. Towards the head of Sørloth. Flick on for Angel Correa. Held up by Hernandez. Llorente under pressure. Hernandez. He's lost the ball here. It's Gallagher. Llorente in. No!
Depan gawang Sørloth anjing, gak jelas banget Sørloth.
Alexander Sørloth. How on earth?
Kenapa bang?
Not back in the game. It is already the miss of the competition by Alexander Sørloth for Atletico Madrid.
You won't see another one like it in this tournament. He drops to his knees. The crowd drop to their knees. We drop to our knees. The goal is gaping. He won't score an easier goal all tournament.
Well, he scored, as I say, 24 last season, 14 from the bench. And put away chances far, far, far more difficult than that one there, Alexander Sørloth. Here comes João Neves. Onto Lee Kang in now for Paris Saint-Germain. Game they control now in every aspect.
Anjing bekel.
Zaire Emery. Now look at Hernandez for Ibrahim Mbaye. Vitinha. Marquinhos. Hakimi. Mayulu. All rather tight here. Mayulu wants to give and go. Llorente pressured back to Jan Oblak. For goodness me, Robert. Missed by Sørloth. Still me.
This crowd is stunned. The bumper crowd. Massive stadium came to see.
7 menit lagi boy.
To see drama. Well, we've had the drama, just not the goal. It was a dramatic finish. I have to say, despite the control that PSG have,
The goal disallowed and that missed by Sørloth.
we've got Griezmann's chance just before the second goal. That there. There's enough in it for Atletico Madrid to say that we're not out. We haven't been out of this game. We haven't been completely outplayed, but wow, they've not helped themselves with Sørloth's miss.
Mbaye. Mbaye. Promising run. There's Reynildo with a very strange chested ball back towards his goalkeeper. Gets away with it. Just about.
Another stretch now, aren't they?
Reynildo.
Stretch Atletico Madrid chasing the game down to 10 men. They're going to leave chances. They're leaving 2 up top. So
Llorente. Oh, Vitinha. Back to William Pacho for PSG. The Botafogo here on Thursday next for the Parisians. Seattle Sounders in Seattle next for Atleti. That becomes a must-win game, of course, now for Simeone's men. Top 2 teams qualify for the competition's round of 16.
Dimain-mainin anjir Atletico ini mah.
There is Vitinha. Mayulu for João Neves. Hakimi. Wide down to Lee Kang-in. And the game slow to PSG's liking. They control it. The win is now only 5 minutes away.
they'll be pleased with how the game's gone. They'll be pleased with managing with the heat, managing the players, managing the minutes and how they've gone about it. Back into the swing of it.
Hakimi. William Pacho for Paris Saint-Germain. Using that clever scheme of Vitinha. Only wasted a ball so far, if any ball today so far.
So neat on the ball, so confident on the ball, Vitinha, that he's demoralising for the opposition. Just when you do get close to him, he can just waltz out of it.
One by finds space here for PSG. It's Mbaye. Really a menace's coming on for Zaire Emery. Moved on to Joan Neves. Vitinha. Controller of play. Zaire Emery.
Waduh, itu nggak offside, Cok.
Hakimi.
Aduh, terlalu baik Hakimi.
And now the shot. And that is the final punctuation mark for Paris
Udah
Saint-Germain.
nice try Atletico. Belum. Masih jauh.
Of Atletico Madrid.
3-0, guys.
And that is the I's dotted, the T's crossed.
Mayulu lagi. Mayulu lagi again and again. Mayulu yang golin ya. Udah nggak ada obat sih udah. Kalau udah kayak gitu udah nggak ada obat, sumpah.
PSG, 3 goals, 3 points.
Ini Mayulu itu umurnya nih guys ya. Umur Mayulu itu 19 tahun, Cok.
Atletico Madrid team now. To say the goal
Orang gila.
should have come beforehand from this point.
Udah nggak ada obat Paris Saint-Germain udah.
The opportunity.
Calon juara lagi nih FIFA Club World Cup.
Young player in top form.
Udah pasti nih calon juara lagi dan nih FIFA Club World Cup.
PSG will stroll into the next game here on Thursday full of confidence. Atletico Madrid will look back and think, well, we took a chance.
Mayulu lagi.
Here they come again. The ball just wrong foot. Mayulu, who was looking the other way for that. So Ferretti, very chastening first game of the competition. The PSG, 2 weeks on from Munich, they picked up where they left off in the final of the Champions League.
Any other team watching this game will have learned one thing: if you play PSG, you have to take your chances. You'll probably come off with only 2 or 3 in the game. You have to take every single one of them.
Anjing. Bagus banget mainnya PSG, sumpah.
Further gloss to another statement display by Paris Saint-Germain. Pacho, Vitinha. Again with William Pacho. Luca Hernandez. Well, Bayern today smashed in 10 against Auckland. They will be a force to be reckoned with. But here, I think the margin of the win for PSG is maybe the surprise today.
I think you knew that there's goals in this PSG team. You didn't know how intense that they could go about the
Vitinha ini main percampuran antara Thiago Alcantara sama Xavi, Cok.
coming back together as a side.
Kalau di Barca ya.
Atletico Madrid were gonna have it their way. They keep it tight.
Kalau di Italia ini Camoranesi sama Pirlo.
It was a game with about 25 minutes to go. It's just been well managed by PSG since they had that. Atletico Madrid had that goal disallowed. Managed to manage the game.
Hakimi right now to find Lee. So kind of Gallagher the company. This is Mayulu.
Ya ilah ditarik.
And bodies and desire for more. Right now to find Mbaye. Mbaye opens up for the shot which is blocked. I think his own player maybe there. Was it Mayulu in the way of it? Look at Hernandez. Vitinha. Mayulu. To Marquinhos. Clock nears 90 in the Pasadena Rose Bowl. Lee. Hakimi, Lee goes again. Get the sense they want one more here before we're done. At least one more to play 4 added minutes. João Neves. Mumbai.
Got young players here down wanting to prove a point, and game time for the first team, and your game against weaker opposition in the group stage where they might get a start if they impress now. Mayulu's number 1 in there and by another. Tahir Emery seems a veteran now at his tender age for this team.
Moved on now to João Neves. Mumbai. Misplaced past the 17-year-old. Coutinho named as the player of the match, and that's a decision you can't really find fault with.
It's been appearance, hasn't it? The ball ticked over and just dictated everything that they do. Controlled the game from whatever position he's decided to take up, and invariably it's been the right position. The energy levels that he's shown. I wonder how anyone's going to get close to him in this tournament.
It's come Hakimi's way, and they inflict more misery on Atletico Madrid. Mumbai for Mayulu. Away to João Neves. Coutinho. Now to Luca Hernandez. You just slow the game down here to their liking. 10 men sitting in here for Atletico. You just want the final whistle. Emery.
Just be next to the referee, Anton Griezmann. He's got the most important job for Atletico Madrid now, to talk to the referee, to tell him to get this game over and done with, and get out of this heat.
Leading for Hakimi. To William Pacho. And look at Hernandez for Paris Saint-Germain. Vitinha for Seni Mayulu. Mumbai. Mumbai. It's wonderful. Mumbai still. He's in the post. And then the second shot blocks as well. Well, PSG just keep on coming there. Young players, they get younger. And there at 17, Mumbai off the post and away.
That's wonderful feat. Great strength as well. From there, All Black. Oh, the post has just managed to keep it out. It's just relentless from such a young side that one comes off and another one comes on. They just seem just as sharp.
Check here for a potential Parisian penalty in the last added minutes. Let's get down and conversation with Istvan Kovac. Is there more salt?
Possible penalti buat siapa, Cok?
Atletico Madrid wounds before we're done in Pasadena.
Okay, next to the referee, Kovac can only do one thing, and that's walk away now, because he's going to talk himself into a second yellow card himself.
A long check. It will affect the result in terms of who wins the game. Istvan Kovac is coming towards the pitchside monitor again. Will now be on the show for any minutes. And yet, he's been told by Bastian Danker to check the pitchside monitors again.
There's a possible handball in there, the army is up.
Lenormand, isn't it? And the hand there by Lenormand is what's been looked at by the VAR.
Alah, Norman handball, tai.
It's a shot on goal, so the bar that required is
Apaan anjing? Handball sih emang.
March towards the penalty area. referee points at the spot, at the death. A penalty for PSG. The ball seized by Vitinha.
Well, the man of the match has the opportunity to finish it off in style, and he has some style with these penalties. I would say it's a walk up to the spot, but it's more of a crawl. He'll take his time. It's a harsh penalty. As a player, there's absolutely nothing
Aktif banget tangannya, gila.
Well, Lee Kang-in has taken the ball.
Wah, Lee Kang-in yang nendang, Cok.
Penalties in the Rose Bowl have history. Sergio Baresi, Brandy Chastain in this stadium, World Cup finals in years gone by. The ghosts of history swirling around the Rose Bowl with his penalty kick.
Lee Kang-in.
Kang-in for Paris Saint-Germain.
Lee Kang-in.
To make it 4.
Gila.
To round off a champion display by the European champion.
Pemain Korea sampai golin tuh 4-0. Gila.
A statement win. This is
Calculated loss ini mah kalau kata Coach Justin, Cok.
called on full time. 4-0 Rob. That a display worthy of the new European champions.
Well, Lee seals it. It's a statement, as much as a statement as the Champions League final was to overcome some barriers. This was one to say that they're going on to new ground, and someone is going to have to do something special to stop this team.
Iya, anjing nggak ada yang bisa tidak ada yang bisa menghentikan Paris Saint-Germain pada saat ini, Cok.
Ruthless, devastating, and today emphatic winners over Atletico, a team renowned for their defensive stability. The final score here, and it's Paris Saint-Germain 4, Atletico Madrid 0. That is what you call a start. A super display. Well, now we'll have James and Michael Jordan Mamadou to pick over the bones of another superb PSG display. Winners here by 4-0.
Oh, full time, Cok. Abis anjing. 4-0 anjing. 4-0 ya. Thank you teman-teman ya. Sampai ambil ngereng tuh gue nontonnya saking ngantuk anjing. PSG terlalu mendominasi bangsat. Tapi so far sih emang gak ada yang bisa menghentikan PSG sih sekarang.
Sharper and brighter. You feel every door, an atmosphere projected around you. Every moment matters. Live them, share them, everywhere you go. Exclusives from beyond the touchline. Plus, you'll access epic competitions. Winners flow to the States for a VIP trip to the final. 63 games of footballing perfection. The ultimate viewing experience is just a couple of clicks away. Upgrade to Zone today. The world's greatest club is set to be crowned. Are you really going to watch without the ultimate viewing experience? See stadiums in a billion colors and feel the atmosphere around you. Upgrade to the Zone Premium now. Welcome to the Zone. Your all-access pass to the sports you love. Witness unmissable action and live for every moment, all in one place. The global home of sport. Sign up now at the Zone. Everyone's talking about the FIFA Club World Cup. Really want to be the one who misses all the action? Go behind the scenes with all the big names and watch extended highlights or full match replays. Upgrade to the Zone Premium now.
The Zone, the undisputed global home of boxing. Over 185 fight nights a year. From the world's biggest events, straight to your home. The kings, the chaos, the comebacks.
Thank you guys yang udah nonton guys. 4-0 bro.
Raw reactions, expert analysis, behind the scenes, top commentary. Watch it your way, anytime, any screen. On your phone, on your couch, on the move. You don't just watch it, you live it. Because passion doesn't take a round off, and neither do we.
It's the glamour division of boxing.
The Zone, the undisputed global home of boxing.
Live, only on the Zone, June 28th. Jake Paul versus
Kita off stream dulu kali ya.
right now at thezone.com/boxing.
Gila, PSG jago banget cok. Nggak ada obeng.
Boxing fans, we've got Jake Paul returning to the ring. June 28th, he's up against Chavez Jr. On July the 12th, you can catch 2 big bouts. And then on the 19th, it's the rematch of that controversial Usyk Dubois affair. Look out for that on the Zone. Meantime, 2 heavyweights of the football world were going at it today at the Rose Bowl. It was Paris Saint-Germain against Atletico.
Berarti besok ada pertandingan apa ya?
How did it finish? A big win for PSG. 4-0 they beat Atleti, one of the few teams to have actually beaten them this season. The Parisians, though, very much not here in California
Apa ya?
on holiday. 4 goals against Atletico this time, 5 against Inter last time. 2 of the best.
Out hari ini ntar jam 5 nih, Palmeiras jam lagi ya. Palmeiras, Porto,
Big smile on Mamadou Sakho's face.
Botafogo, Seattle Sounders,
Right, we can hear now.
Boca Junior, Benfica besok.
PSG's very own Vitinha.
Apalagi sih? Iya sih.
The day,
Inter Monterrey, Man City, Wydad.
A very good performance, actually. But as always, I'm going to talk about the team. We did again a very good game. It's not easy. It's difficult with this temperature and everything.
Iya anjir, kalau kata Vitinha panas banget sumpah.
Everybody knows Atletico. It's a tough team, aggressive team. But we did very well. I think we managed to control all of the game. We couldn't score more, but we are happy with the result.
From the start of the season to now, you keep on developing, you keep on getting better. What do you put that down to? Is that confidence? Is that Luis Enrique? Is it the team?
I think it's all. I think it's the context. It's confident. It's the team. It's the
Salzburg,
coach, everything that you
Madrid,
said.
Al Hilal masih lama sih sebenarnya.
I think the
Terakhir itu finalnya ada di 14 Juli bulan depan bro.
Not just going high and lows, but maintaining the level.
Bro, oke bro, thank you bro yang udah nonton ya bro ya.
A very good performance for the team and
Good luck, bye bye teman-teman.
80,000 people came out to support today. Incredible atmosphere. How did you find it playing in America for the FIFA Club World Cup?
Yeah, it felt great. It felt great. Different environment, 80,000 people, like you said. It feels good. It feels good to see so much people here in USA to watch soccer, watch football, like I say. But yeah, it feels good, and like I said, a very good start of the competition.
Congratulations on man of the match.
Congratulations on man of the match, and what a match it was.